In Greece already the ancient sculptors jostle each other to sculpt the Chimaev gesture. In fact, it is the entire Russian school of wrestling who just become embodied in a mixed martial art octagon, leaving behind the circles and the gyms under the patronage of the United World Wrestling. Once again, it was the Bodenarbeit, the work on the ground of Swiss wrestling, resting on sawdust rings in the open air, that finds himself summoned. And Chimaev's movement have a regularity, a definition, a precision that could be identified for great art. The thought of Basic Siradinovich Kudukov then crossed my mind. In freestyle wrestling, multiple medalist at the World and European Championships, Olympic bronze, Olympic silver, and then a tragic fate played out on one fine evening on the fog-shrouded and suddenly very wet road that connects Krasnodar to Armavir. Kudukov was mobility itself, struck by inventiveness, and who didn't love him? Every Russian wrestler of the time had a small room in their brain reserved for Basic Kudukov. But even more, I suddenly saw the trace, the influence, the example of Buvaisar Saitiev, a Chechen companion, also a great freestyle wrestler. He too, a spirit in motion, and the undisputed master of transitions on the ground, and in turn giving perfect lessons in mastery. In short, a marvelous school of stubbornness taught tirelessly. And now Kazmat Kizarovich Chimaev appears, and he effortlessly applies all the lessons of these elders. To be Zaitsev for a moment, to be Kudukov for a moment, to be that one, or not to be that one. No, there was an octagon this time. We were in America. We were in Chicago. There was a guy to knock to the ground. But who doesn't know the heavy and no likable Dragos du Plessis? A beautiful phrase, very simple to say suddenly. I knocked him to the ground. Like many, in truth, as distant spectator, I didn't know what was going to happen. At time I was afraid before the fight. The first seconds. Then everything happened. And you know very well how. Precisely. Enough to remind Daniel Cormier of some of the best moment of his youth. Cormier must also have a small Kudukov rule.